Crying Chuck Schumer is laughed out of the Senate after alleging New York Times poll blaming Dems for shutdown is biased. The New York Times, of all things, he is right. They are biased, but they're not biased towards towards conservatives or Republicans. They're biased. They're biased towards Democrats. They support Democrats. The New York Times is basically a Democratic propaganda. But when it comes to polls, they have to be truthful about these polls. And these polls are showing that people are blaming Democrats, and rightfully so, for the shutdown. But of course, you know, if it wasn't for Chuck Schumer possibly being primaried by AOC, he probably would be against the shutdown. But to save face with AOC because he's afraid of being primaried by her, he is all of a sudden for the shutdown now. Either way, this is not going to help Democrats. I don't know why they think this is going to help. But again, Schumer's so scared of AOC because you remember what happened last time. There was a shutdown that he stopped prevented the shutdown from happening. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to show the clip of Chuck Schumer being laughed out of the Senate. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. There's a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from the Gateway Pundit, and they report that, as the Gateway Pundit reported earlier, the government is expected to shut down tonight at midnight because Democrats refuse to vote for a stopgap bill unless they can secure $1.5 trillion in spending that will fund health care for illegal aliens and sex reassignment surgery for children. So think about that. They want to mutilate children and give handouts to illegal immigrants, or they're gonna hold the government hostage and shut it down. Make that make sense. Who do the Democrats really work for? It's not the American people. But Senate Democrats have been fighting a Trump-backed stopgap bill that would fund the government until November 21st. On Tuesday night, Senate Democrats voted to shut down the U.S. government. The vote was 53-47 along party lines. But the dumb thing is, Republicans really don't mind a shutdown for real. This is another way to save governments from spending us into oblivion. That's the thing. That's what they don't really understand. But Chuck Schumer understood that last go round, but he's not doing it this round, again, because AOC is holding them hostage. But 7 Democrats will have had to vote with Republicans to prevent the shutdown that will take place at 12:01 a.m. tonight. The radical policies that they're pushing only appeal to the radical wing of the Democratic Party, and almost half of Democrats do not want a government shutdown. Earlier today, a New York Times Siena poll found that 65% of Americans, nearly 2/3 of Americans, believe Democrats should not shut down the government. How many issues are Democrats on the wrong side of? This is why they're so unpopular right now. That number included 98% of Republicans and nearly half of all Democrats who took part in the poll. Mind you, this is a New York Times poll, so it slants a little bit to the left. Well, a lot bit to the left, but you can see it right here. Should not shut down. 43% of Democrats, 65% of all respondents, 59% of independents. So. And this is the thing that Democrats are trying to win over is independents. 59% of independents say no shutdown, yet they're going to shut it down. This is only going to hurt Democrats in 2026. Republicans, 92%. But this did not stop crying Chuck Schumer from spinning the poll's results. I don't know how. Schumer even alleged a poll by the far-left New York Times was biased. What a joke. Schumer was laughed out of the chamber with that line. What a joke. So here we go. Here's the clip here.
Now, I know the leader is going to show a poll that says that Democrats will be blamed for the shutdown. There are many more polls that show Republicans are blamed. The question in that poll is biased. Biased. In the New York Times, but it's biased. If you turn the... That's true. I don't always believe the New York Times. You can be sure of that. Neither do you. Okay.
Now they're biased. It's hilarious. Democrats will say anything to avoid blame for their actions. And the Democrats are to blame. They need just 7 Democrats to vote for this, and they didn't. As simple as that. So they are to blame. But again, the dummies don't understand that this is actually what Trump wants. Trump wants to shut down government so we can stop this spending and try to get this spending under control. So you're not hurting anyone except for the people that are actually dependent on government. And it's gonna be a reckoning for this come election 2026. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave y'all comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.